You know that saying, you can't buy love? Well, guess what? You can't buy happiness either. Well, at least not real, authentic happiness. We're rolling into the busiest shopping season of the year, so I thought this was the perfect time for us all to remember that real, authentic happiness is not about all the things. So what is it about? Hi, I'm Shelly Covert, and I have a question for you. Are you tired of putting on a fake smile and pretending you're happy when you're really not? Are you ready to stop chasing happiness and create it instead? This world we live in makes us believe we need something newer or bigger or better to be happy. But guess what? That's not real happiness. I'm going to teach you what I've learned about creating real, authentic happiness. So if you're ready to stop faking it and be happy for real, you're in the right place. This is the Make Happiness Happen podcast. As I'm recording this episode, we've just survived another Black Friday here in the United States. The day following Thanksgiving, or Black Friday as it's commonly called, has become one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Now, I always thought that the term referred to how businesses operate at a financial loss or in the red until the day after Thanksgiving, when the huge busy sales finally help them make a profit or kind of push them into the black. Well, I did a little research, and I actually found out that the phrase was first used by police officers in Philadelphia in 1960s to describe the chaos that resulted when a large number of tourists came into the city to begin their holiday shopping, but also to watch the Army-Navy football game. I kind of thought that was cool that football kind of contributed to Black Friday. Anyway, no matter how it started, Black Friday, and really our society in general, is all about buying things and trying to make yourself happy with those things that you're buying. Now, isn't that kind of the purpose of all the marketing companies and all the commercials we see and the social media influencers and everybody pushing all those products that they use to make them look good or feel good or be happier, be healthier, just all the stuff, right? Well, here's an example. Let's say you just go out and on Black Friday you bought a new purse and you really, really like the purse because it's one you've wanted for so long and you got it at an awesome price, got a great deal on it. Okay, so you're walking around with your new purse and it really makes you feel good for a while because when somebody tells you how awesome that purse is, you're just like, yep, I love it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's perfect. Okay, but that feeling doesn't always last, right? What about the first scratch you get on the purse? Or what if you notice that one of the stitches isn't perfect or something like that? Or maybe you show your purse to your best friend and they're like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, suddenly this nice new purse that you just thought was amazing, it made you feel so happy, suddenly maybe you don't feel quite as happy, right? Well, when that happens, then what do? Well, you probably start looking for a different purse or a different something else, right? You're always chasing that feeling or that high that you get because that type of happiness comes from how others react to what you bought or what you're wearing or how you're looking, any of those things, okay? So I've seen signs lately that say you can't buy happiness, but you can buy chocolate or books or plants or coffee. And that's pretty much the same, right? Now, I kind of agree with the coffee thing, but all kidding aside, when you're focused on buying something to make yourself happy, you're chasing inauthentic happiness. And we're about trying to find authentic happiness, right? That's the focus of this podcast. Well, inauthentic happiness, that feeling isn't going to last because as soon as you eat all the chocolate or the book pages are all, like weathered and bent because you read the book or the plant dies like it does at my house or the coffee's all gone, well, then you're going to be looking for the next thing that you can buy to help you feel happy, to make you feel happy, right? That's inauthentic happiness. Real authentic happiness, it comes from inside. It comes from how you feel about yourself. It comes from the things that money can't buy, like your faith and your relationships that you have with your family and friends, and maybe the time you spend with those that you love, those things that you can't buy, right? Now, we're focused on showing gratitude and showing our gratitude daily, right? So we've been working on this habit of a daily gratitude journal every morning or every night or both, writing down at least one thing you're grateful for. Okay, so hopefully you've been doing that, and I want to encourage you to keep doing that during this holiday season. But here's my challenge for you. I want you to really focus on the things that are going to bring real, authentic happiness. Now, I'm not saying don't be grateful for the new boots you got, or that super cute outfit for the holiday party, or the new puppy dog you've just adopted. We absolutely want to be grateful for those things. So do write those down. I mean, those are our gifts that we've been given. We've worked hard for a lot of those things. So it's good to be grateful for that. But I also want you to really focus on being grateful for the things that money can't buy. So maybe you have a friend who just sat and listened when you needed someone to talk to. Or maybe you had a neighbor who smiled and said hi, or someone who waved at you, or someone who was really kind to you. Maybe you have a friend or a family member or someone who brought you a tray of Christmas cookies. Anybody wants to bake some Christmas cookies? I'll totally take those, right? Those are things that money can't buy. So during this holiday season, when everything around us is really focused on spending money and buying things and buying that perfect gift for the friend or family member, we have all that stress. Let's focus on the things that are going to bring authentic happiness, the things that we can't buy. So in your journals, in your gratitude journals, write down those things, like I said, the family and the friends and all of those things that, that are going to lead us to that real authentic happiness. Because this time of year, if all we do is focus on buying things to be happy, it can get really stressful and it can get really overwhelming and it can really just suck that happiness out of you. I know personally that a lot of times this time of year is the hardest for me when it comes to just my emotional wellness. I've struggled with feelings of anxiety. I've struggled with feelings of depression, and they always tend to come this time of year because there is so much pressure to be perfect and to buy the perfect gift, find the perfect thing. And it's supposed to make us happy, but it just doesn't. So this year we're going to work together and we're going to really work on that authentic happiness. We're going to really work on those genuine feelings. We're not going to focus so much on spending the money. We still have to buy gifts probably, right? But we're going to realize and just really remind ourselves that that's not what's most important. We're focusing on authentic happiness and sharing that with others. So if you have that friend who was the shoulder you needed to cry on, or the person that just sat and listened, be that friend for someone else also. If you smiled at someone or somebody smiled at you, be that person that smiles back. Maybe this year focus on a random act of kindness. Maybe when you're in the line at your favorite coffee shop, purchase the coffee for the person behind you. Do something like that to help spread this authentic happiness to those around us. And let's just work together to make this a better place, make this a better world, and just to help everybody be a little bit happier. Sound good? All right. Well, I would love to know what types of things you have done to really work on your authentic happiness. So please feel free to comment back if you can, wherever you're listening to this podcast. Or as always, you can email me at Shelly@makehappinesshappen.com. I would love to know what you've done to really bring some authentic happiness into your life or into the life of those around you. And until next time, my friends, as always, choose to be happy. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the Make Happiness Happen podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen to podcasts. And even better, leave a positive review. If you want to dive deeper into the topics and discussions we have here, I would encourage you to head over to makehappinesshappen.com and sign up for my newsletter. It's the best way for us to get to know each other even better. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time on the Make Happiness Happen podcast.